This video, I'm about to show you how I did this cute lemonade braid hairstyle with beads at the end. And this tutorial is going to be very interesting because this girl was knocked out majority of the time. When I say knocked out, I mean she was sleeping, okay? I did all the things, but right now I'm just showing you guys me finishing the back row. So I started off, the foundation is basically ear to ear. The back part section is individuals, which you guys have seen me do numerous of times. It's like a medium large ish, and I'm doing the last row, which is 3 knotless braids. I didn't really show like how to do a whole knotless braid because I've done that a ton of times on my channel, but if you haven't seen it, I am going to show you how I start off. So I start off braiding it a couple times, and I only do that when it is a thicker part of my client's hair, and then I just add small pieces in and kind of build up the braid. I use the braiding gel to help mold all the flyaways into this section, and then I started to braid. So I hope that really breaks down like how I do my knotless braid, and I just braid it all the way down. I don't do anything to the ends. I just braid it straight down to the length that we like agreed upon. I do like to detangle as I braid. This hair was tangling a little bit, but you're gonna see her head like coming back a little bit, and that is because she is asleep. Guys, I was fighting for my life doing the back. Can you imagine braiding someone's hair and they just keep like falling backwards with their head, and then you're like, oh my god. So I even got like a pillow. The pillow didn't even help anything, so I had to take the pillow away, and I figured by the time I get to the feed-in part, she would wake up. So she is starting to wake up, but she's still asleep, as you guys can see. So once you get done with that back section, you are going to pick whatever side you desire, and you're going to make 2 rows. You're going to add 2 rows of knotless braids. If you want it super full, you can do 3 rows. It's really up to you. So you can also do a smaller size braid. You do not have to do medium large like me. I do her hair on wash blow dry hair, so I do want to make that clear. Make sure your hair is clean before you get any type of braids. But y'all see, she is still asleep. So in the first row, I'm doing 2 braids, and then the second row, I'm going to do 3. For me, just that is enough. I don't really need to add too much more, and I'm just grabbing from my braiding rack, and I am just building the braid like I did the other knotless braid that you see me do. If you are finding value in this content, please make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. But yeah, I just basically just build up the braid. If you are doing a client who hair is more on the thinner side, as soon as you do like the first little split of the 3 parts before you do the knotless braid, like you see I do here, 1 2, you don't have to do it 1 2 3 4. You're gonna do 1 2, then feed it in. That's what I recommend. But yeah, finally began to wake up, and she's trying to finish watching her show Euphoria and catch up on it. I'm like, girl, why didn't you catch up on this show? This show is so good. Did y'all watch the latest season, the last season? So good. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and if y'all think I should do a review on it. But I think it was really good. But anyway, I'm just showing you guys me do at least a row on this side before I start the cornrows. And now I'm about to jump into the cornrows. So when it comes to the design, you want to do whatever design you want. But if you want the design that I'm putting down right here, you want to copy every last step that I am doing. So I sectioned this section. It was like a part. And then now it'll be 3 braids on this side. You can kind of see where I parted off. You want to make sure you leave any edges out if your client wants edges out, or ask. I like to ask my clients, like, how much edges do you want left out? And then you want to build the braid and do your feed in. Usually I don't add hair into the feed in, into the cornrow just yet. I only do it on the thinner parts. But since I want to build up her braid to match the ones in the back and at the side, I start building it early, but I'm just adding in very small pieces. Again, you want to leave out the amount of edges you're going to leave out, so that way you can be happy with the turnout. So yeah, make sure you ask. Also, I know I told you guys to do the 2 rows. You have to ask your client what side they want like this hair to fall, like as far as like that bangish look that this is giving. So I could have easily did it on the other side, but she chose to have hers on this side. So her hair will be falling to her right, not to her left. So you have to ask your client, what side would you like your braids to fall on? And then you just copy the design how I'm doing it. So yeah. But yeah, it's very easy. And I'm just stitching it. I'm using my stitch tool. Everything that I'm using will be linked below. But I do want to tell you that I am using my stitch tool because that helps really with the stitching process. I've been really trying to get in my bag with the stitching or whatnot. So yeah, I'm just using that to help me every so often, just guide it and make it look more sharp and more clean and things like that. So yeah, no, you do not need to straighten your hair to have sleek stitch braids. It's all about the foundation and the type of gel that you are using to help mold it. And it also too depends on the type of gel you're using, on the type of hair texture you're using, because not all gels work on all textures. But for me, I have learned to master it a little bit when it comes to different textures with the gel that I use. I use the Pure Neat Braid. It is my favorite gel because one, I haven't had anybody have any type of allergic reaction I have with other brands in the past. And two, it just molds the hair perfectly for my grip. So you definitely want to have a gel that works well for your grip. And I also like to use this gel because it does not leave a white residue as long as I rub it in. Some other gels I could rub it in and the residue is still residuing. And I'm just looking like, what are we doing here? So yeah, and a little goes a long way when it even comes to that. So, but like you guys see me, I just like did this braid. I did not add any braiding hair. I only really added braiding hair to the one around her perimeter simply because her hair isn't as thick like most people around the perimeter. I did kind of skip off the design because your girl ran out of time. Like, I ran out of, space of storage, so I had to regroup. So here I am now. So what basically I did was I did 3 braids at the top, then I did 2 after that's above it, and then I did these 2. Once I get done with this braid, it's going to be a braid following this part going to the back, and then it's going to switch over back and forth. You want to definitely make sure you screenshot the design at the end of this video so you can really see what the design is to copy and use that as a reference for inspiration if you are trying to do this hairstyle. But yeah, you can make the braid smaller too if you want to, but I like to do like a medium size when it comes to just anything, because I did read that the smaller the braid, the more breakage. Yes, and your girl loves some micros. Your girl loves some small braids, but when it comes to takedown, a lot of times when people get hairstyles, they do not think about takedown or the healthiness of their hair. And a lot of people be like, well, my braider did this and that, the third. If you're not taking vitamins, drinking lots of water, moisturizing your hair, sealing your hair, you could get, and even cutting your ends, you could definitely have like weak strands. You know what I'm saying? So a lot comes into factor when it comes to getting a quote unquote protective style. You have to make sure that you are getting a hairstyle that your head can tolerate as far as when it comes to weight and, like, again, the healthiness of your hair and just what it is. But again, I've read that smaller braids causes more tension because as time goes on, that weight kind of weighs it down. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna not do small braids because I love small braids. If my client requests small braids, then hey, that's what she gonna get. But she's simply my model and she loves it here because she gets nice treatments. You understand what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I like to go more by the healthiness. And if this client was not a model and she wanted smaller braids, I would definitely recommend the preference of what I think her hair would thrive more with and how it should be. I'm not one of those hairstylists that'll just do anything. So I just finished up. Basically, it was 3 more braids I need to add. And now I'm adding in the beads. When you are adding beads, you want your client to be looking straight ahead so that way when you tie it off with a rubber band, they all fall at the same length. So I've already rubber band these. Now beaded them and rubber band them. Now I'm just cutting the excess braid. I did dip the braiding here when I was done, so that way it can be nice and sleek. So you want to make sure you dip the hair in boiling hot water. An adult do it, and then you add the beads. Again, you want your client to be rested downward, not holding nothing, looking straight ahead, so that way these beads can lay at the same length or at a layered length, whatever your client wants. And yeah, you just put the amount of beads that you like. You can put as many as you want. Because she only bought 2 packs, we use 3 on each braid. And here is the finished product. Y'all let me know down below what you think of it. I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and hair grease. Bye.